An adventure into the breathtaking Rocky Mountains when Ray Martin presents John Denver Flying High, followed by Caught on Camera, here on Win.
Friday in Burke's backyard, how to put colours together for the most striking effect. We road test the Mexican walking fish. And our celebrity gardener is the ABC's David Hill. Burke's backyard, Friday, 7:30 on Win.
Newsbreak, brought to you by National Mutual.
Good evening. Tasmania will press the ACTU for a permanent exemption for the state during maritime disputes. The Premier will lead a bipartisan delegation to Melbourne early next month to explain to union bosses that shipping strikes cut 90% of freight moving across Bass Strait, threatening thousands of jobs. A Taiwanese fishing trawler with 50 tonnes of mainly shark on board has been escorted into Darwin for alleged breaches of Australian fisheries laws. The vessel, described as a major commercial operation with the latest satellite navigational equipment, was allegedly caught fishing just inside Australian waters. And the weather for tomorrow. It should be fine and cool to mild, with light to moderate northerly winds and local sea breezes. Good night.
National Mutual, protecting Australians for 125 years.
I am thinking of a number between 8 and 10.
I am the most ticklish person in the world.
I am in training for Sydney 2000.
I am living in the 70s.
Yes.
I'm going to beat Ray Martin.
I am tone deaf. I am on these stairs.
I am actually able to play this.
Just like you, we are everyday people. I am just like you, we are everyday people.
I am not a morning person.
I am really happy being a father, second time round.
I am a nuisance.
I'm not very good at changing nappies.
I am a very mature young gentleman.
I am just like you, we are everyday people.
I am a huge Streisand fan.
I am a very keen gardener.
I am always looking for a wild angle on a story.
So I'm sorry, can you do it again?
I am just like you, we are everyday people.
I am Win Television.
I am Win Television.
I am Win Television.
I am Win Television.
So am I.
I am going to squirt you now.
The book that became a legendary motion picture, that became a best-selling sequel.
I will never divorce you, never.
Premiering over 3 big nights.
I love him, huh? I adore him. Me too.
Scarlet, Sunday, 8:30 on Win. 9:30 tonight. You won't believe your eyes. Witness ordinary people with extraordinary courage. Battling the odds and saving lives. Caught on Camera premieres tonight, 9:30 on Win.
Friend I have left.
6:30 Sunday.
He's sending me away.
A final stand.
I'm not letting them take my property.
If she won't walk off, drive her off.
With Charles Tingwell.
Must go through channels.
Banjo Patterson's The Man from Snowy River. Sale of the Century, the world's richest quiz.
$5,000 in cold hard cash.
Tempting offers.
Yeah, why not?
And fantastic prizes.
Cash jackpot out the back, $132,000.
Sale of the Century, 6 o'clock tomorrow on Win.
Following on from the Today Show,
Tasmania Today looks at the future of the islanders.
there's valued antiques from Mike Truebody.
And Ray Hart discovers another magnificent Tasmanian garden.
Tasmania Today, weekdays at 9.
Hi, Tim Franklin on Win Television. Welcome to this week's edition of Tasmanian Leisure and Pleasure. A great way to enjoy yourself while travelling. A great stay for the whole family. Looking for something totally different, yet with old-world elegance and charm? Contact Peter or Wendy at Statewide Carriage Hire. They have two magnificent horse-drawn carriages, a Victorian landau, open or fully enclosed for weddings and special occasions, or their Cobb & Co stagecoach. Remember, for that very special occasion or event, and they'll travel statewide, Statewide Carriage Hire. Why not be involved in the world's fastest growing game, golf? At Rosny Park Public Golf Course next to Eastlands and just 10 minutes from Hobart, you can do exactly that for just $9 on 18 glorious holes and take your time. There's tuition and club hire available. Rosny Park Golf Club, open 7 days a week. If you're looking for a night to remember with stacks of atmosphere and suspense, go on the famous Hobart Ghost Tour at the old penitentiary built back in 1831. Walk the dark tunnels by candlelight if you dare. Sit in the old judge's chair. Test your camera, see if it works. Ring your Ghostbusters inspector now. Well, a visit to Tasmania is not complete without a cruise on the spectacular Gordon River. On our cruises, you'll see Huon pine forests, walk in the rainforest, witness the ruins of the brutal penal colony of Sarah Island, exit Macquarie Harbour through Hell's Gates. See yourself on the Gordon soon. Huonville and the gateway to Tasmania's southwest wilderness is the base for your horseback wilderness tours. What a good idea. At Horseback Wilderness Tours, they understand what adventure is all about. It's their business. They supply all that's needed to explore the spectacular countryside, or if you prefer, bring your own horse and gear. A memorable blend of wilderness and adventure. Horseback Wilderness Tours. All right, Bonnarong Park, experience their unique wildlife close-up. Feed their free-ranging kangaroos and come face-to-face with koalas, Tassie devils and wombats. Enjoy a traditional Aussie barbecue, lunch or billy tea and damper in their bush tucker shed. Bonnarong Park, an award-winning Tasmanian attraction. So is this, the Bushmill. Only 1 kilometre before Port Arthur, you'll find the Bushmill. Enjoy the romance of steam on a breathtaking 4-kilometre narrow gauge railway. Step into the past in their pioneer settlement. And don't forget the Bushmill for that special function, convention, wedding, or just good old-fashioned hospitality. It really is magnificent. The Bushmill, Port Arthur. You'll love this too. This year's Taste of Tasmania sample the best of Tasmanian food and wines in Tasmania's largest indoor-outdoor restaurant seating 2,000 people. This year, the Taste of Tasmania Summer Festival is Australia's first ever environmentally aware festival. The greening of the taste means the special bins marked with a green C will be available for all food scraps, and the compostable plates, bowls and cutlery will be composted and fed to the worms afterwards. The Taste of Tasmania Summer Festival. That's Tasmanian Leisure and Pleasure on Win. For further details, ring Radar Promotions straight on 018 123 100 and I'll see you soon.
Good afternoon. Greens National spokesman Bob Brown says the federal government is on trial for its stance on environmental issues. Dr Brown says government intervention to stop the clearing of mangroves at the Hinchbrook resort site in North Queensland is welcome but too late. He says the federal government must prove its environmental credentials by stopping the reissue of export woodchip licences and stopping the Smith-Dunzean Link Road. US President Bill Clinton has publicly pressed Indonesia to ease its grip on East Timor. Mr Clinton says the people of East Timor should have greater say over their own affairs. His comments following some embarrassing protests against Indonesia during the APEC summit in Jakarta. A strong earthquake and tidal wave have struck Mindoro Island in the Philippines, killing 45 people. Hundreds have fled the seaside village, where another 135 people have been injured. The quake had a magnitude of 7.1 on the Richter scale. And we'll have more news at 3:30.
The concert event of a lifetime, a dazzling spectacle of unforgettable brilliance. Win Television proudly presents Barbara the Concert, 8:30 tonight. Thursday, push yourself to the edge with the awesome Foursome Action Challenge. Discover the beauty of Hawaii's best-kept secret, escape to the splendour of Spain's rural paradise, and tackle the big one with Getaway, 7:30 Thursday on Win. The book that became a legendary motion picture, that became a best-selling sequel.
I will never divorce you, never.
Premiering over 3 big nights.
I love him, huh? I adore him. Me too.
Scarlet, Sunday, 8:30 on Win. On Our House Tonight,
Concrete cancer.
do-it-yourself painted glassware and building your own deck. Then on Money, the latest toys for a lot less. Navigating through car insurance and furnishing your home cheaply.
Hold on.
Money, following Our House Tonight on Win. 8:30 tonight. The concert event of a lifetime. Win Television proudly presents Barbara the Concert, 8:30 tonight. 9:30 Thursday, you won't believe your eyes.
Just about died.
Witness ordinary people with extraordinary courage. Battling the odds and saving lives. Caught on camera. Premieres Thursday, 9:30 on Win.
It's Tasmania's top comedy.
Shake your nerves and rattle your brain.
Australia's funniest home videos with Jo Beth Taylor, 7:30 Tuesdays on Win.
Bringing you the best in local and international sport in 94. Wide world of sports. Still the one.
The real Man of Steel returns. The epic adventure that started it all in a new extended version.
I bequeath you, my son.
Marlon Brando and Christopher Reeve lead the stunning all-star cast. Superman, 8:30 Friday on Win Television. 7:30 Thursday, push yourself to the edge with an adrenaline challenge and escape to the splendour of Spain's rural wonderland on Getaway. Then at 8:30...
You think this is absolutely necessary, do you?
Well, only because we're doing acrobatics.
A breathtaking adventure to where your spirits will soar. Ray Martin presents John Denver Flying High.
This is magnificent.
Picky.
And at 9:30, you won't believe your eyes. Ordinary people with extraordinary courage, caught on camera. Thursday night on Win is looking good.
Good afternoon. Committal proceedings against the man accused of Australia's backpacker killings have been adjourned until Monday. Magistrate Michael Price made the ruling in a Sydney court today after Ivan Milat sacked his barrister on Monday. Milat's new lawyer says the case could be jeopardised as defence needs more time to properly prepare. The Labor Party has called on the Premier to explain why the Royal Hobart Hospital is apparently overcharging workers' compensation patients. Shadow Industrial Relations Minister Paul Lennon claims a workers' compensation patient in a shared ward is charged $342 more a day than a private patient. He says the overcharging must be investigated as part of a review of steadily increasing workers' compensation premiums. New overseas research shows smoking is more likely to cause lung cancer in women than in men. The results back a recent Tasmanian study of lung cancer rates showing more young women than men suffer from the disease. However, the researchers admit they don't know why it's happening. And John Remus will have all the latest news tonight at 6:30.
The greatest show on earth.
Step right up.
Where everyone just loves to clown around.
Winner!
The Price is Right. Always fresh, always fun.
Is this magic? You win!
Have a wow of a time. Weeknights on Win. 2 can be a winner. Simply by watching The Price is Right.
You win!
There's $5,000 cash to be won every night by a lucky home viewer. The Price is Right. $150,000 password on Win.
Monday on a current affair. Terrorism in Australia.
You can't ever eliminate all threats.
Top secret training.
Move a shadow here which could be explosive.
To block a major attack from extremists already here. Plus what your insurance company isn't telling you.
You need to know what it is that you buy up front.
Odds are you're not even covered.
It could cost the consumer thousands of dollars.
And how the rich get even richer, renting out their mansions.
I just want someone to come here and just love it as much as I do.
And making a killing.
Yeah, 10,000 a week, yeah.
On a current affair next week.
8:30 Tuesday.
Expired driver's license. Why can't a marriage license do that?
Starting from scratch.
What's your blind spot?
2 beers and a redhead.
The Married with Children Hour. Check out the fun Tuesday from 8:30 on Win. Albie Mangles, Journey to the Vanishing Gorillas. 8:30 Thursday on Win. It can happen catching a fish or filling a ditch. Australia's funniest home videos.
Oh, that's your delivery.
Then some serious horsing around and monkey mayhem on Just Kidding. Tuesday comedy from 7:30 on Win. Silver Logie and AFI Best Actress winner Rebecca
An
Gibney
affair's not a motive for murder.
It is when you're being threatened.
is Jane Halifax.
Is Tony Doyle capable of murder?
Forensic psychiatrist Halifax FP, soon on Win.
Next week on the Today programme.
The woman who cheated death 3 times fighting off a flesh-eating virus.
And join us in Melbourne for the latest running on the Melbourne Cup.
That's next week here on Today.
7:30 Wednesdays on Win, building, decorating and renovations in our house. Then at 8, Paul Clitheroe with sound financial advice in Money.
Hello again. For tomorrow, cool to mild with isolated showers in the west and developing in the northwest, fine and mild to warm elsewhere. For Burnie and Devonport, 6 to around 17, Queenstown 17 also. For Swansea, a top of 24, St Helens 23, for Launceston 5 to 19 and for Hobart 7 to 23. The outlook for Tuesday, some rain in most districts, and for Wednesday, rain in the east, fine elsewhere. I'll see you in the morning at 9 with Tas Today. Until then, good night.
8:30 Tuesday.
Expired driver's license. Why can't a marriage license do that?
Starting from scratch.
What's your blind spot?
2 beers and a redhead.
The Married with Children Hour. Check out the fun Tuesday from 8:30 on Win. Monday night at the movies. The television screening of the explosive cinema blockbuster. The hell-raising partnership of Gibson and Glover. 8:30 Monday, Lethal Weapon 3 on Win. Monday on Murphy Brown.
Where's Murphy? It's about time someone realized that basically the BBC is here.
Everyone's on their best behaviour. For the BBC. Then at 8...
Here I go again.
ABBA, the superstars of the 70s in a premiere special.
There was something in the air that night.
With their original videos, exclusive ABBA revival right after Murphy Brown, Monday on Win Television. The screening of the explosive cinema blockbuster. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, 8:30 Monday, Lethal Weapon 3.